Sydney, Australia, my hometown and the birthplace of Home and Away. Here we are, over 9 years and 2,000 episodes later. People from over 26 countries around the world watch the show every day. People from Botswana to the Bahamas, United States to Lithuania. So, Mr. John Davies, you're the regular pilot for Home and Away.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. We've done quite a bit of work with the Home and Away crew up here at Palm Beach.
Is this a popular area with the tourists?
This is a very popular area for tourists. We've had one lady in particular who I remember who drove up and said, I've just flown 20,000 miles to come and see this Home and Away scene.
Really? For a lot of English tourists?
A lot of English tourists, yeah.
All right. So, are you able to show us a few of the locations later?
Yeah, sure. I can show you a few now, actually. Yeah. Okay, just on the right-hand side there is the southern end of Palm Beach, and that's where the boat shed is filmed. Just south of the wharf there, about 4 houses down.
What is this over on the left? This is Palm Beach here?
Yeah, this is Palm Beach down on the left here, where they do a lot of the surf shops in Home and Away. And we'll come round shortly to Barrenjoey Headland and Barrenjoey Lighthouse, which most people will recognise in the opening shots of the show.
So who are the people behind the characters that we invite into our lounge rooms every day? Where does reality stop and fantasy begin? Together we are going to go behind the scenes into the homes and lives of the actors from one of the most amazingly successful Aussie soaps ever. This is Andre and Bob, the cameraman and director. Together with the 20 or so other crew members, they'll bring you your regular 2.5 hour soap fix, come rain or shine.
Right, here we go. Lovely day at Summer Bay, very warm.
All right, let's go.
Right, come on.
Listen, you don't want me to go. I'll have to stay up here anyway to see the monitor.
He's got this great big juicy blister on his toe that's just perfect for walking up and down the hill. Show us your blister. Show us your blister, Bob.
No way, no. No way, no. I can walk now. I'm all right. I'm going to stay up here because that's a long way down.
Oh, right, okay.
Now, the reality is I can see a monitor. So.
Okay, fine. Well, we wouldn't do it
I
unless...
can hear it. Okay.
Unless Bob thought it was the right idea, we wouldn't do it. Yeah, we'll have a great time down here in the freezing cold. Let's go.
Although the action is taking place way down there on the beach, the cables from the camera feed the monitors up here where the director can closely watch everything the camera sees, from the actors' performances to the quality of the shot.
Andre? Can Andre hear me? Yeah, we're not seeing enough water. We only saw a little bit of water through the whole thing. Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay, final checks.
Another lovely day, Bob.
Another lovely day in Summer Bay, mate.
I don't need a jacket.
What a bloke, Nick. What a bloke.
In fact, can I just...
Yeah.
Give me the jacket, man. that's far more.
That's Nick being macho. He's so good at it.
It's in the script, check it.
Yeah. We can...
Right. We're going to do it now. And we're going to be warm.
Aren't you going to put that on?
Was that meant for work?
Yeah, but you got to go down there.
Right, yeah. Ah, good point.
Time to learn the lines.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Set. And action.
He was the first one to see Williams. He raised the alarm.
A real hero.
You're not the only one who can go around slaying dragons, Travis.
What's that supposed to mean?
You haven't got a monopoly over being a hero. I know you like to think of yourself in that way, but sometimes people can be heroic without having to perform daring deeds.
So what do you do in your enormous amount of time off from the show?
Well, yeah, an enormous amount that we do get. I actually enjoy photography. I studied it. Before I started acting, I studied photography and got pulled away from it at various times to do work. This is when I was working in New Zealand. And I've taken it... I wouldn't say I do standard photography. I do anything that you're not supposed to do, I've done with my work, yeah.
Yeah? Now, you have a hell of a lot of medical knowledge in the show.
Oh, yeah. Not in person, though, of course.
Hey?
Not in person.
Don't you?
No, well, I mean, I've got a nurse who sort of looks after me and says, you know, this is exactly what it is, and this is what you need to know about this disease and this disease.
Do you have trouble with the pronunciation?
Yes, of course. I had a disease the other day that I was learning about called osteogenesis imperfecta, which of course you'll all know about.
I've had it
several
times.
Yeah, well, It's a bone disease, and I found out so much about this, which is great. It's really good to learn about these things.
Yeah?
It's really fun. Yeah.
So what's the next career move? ER?
Oh,
Yeah?
Chicago Hope. Yeah, they're all.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you watch those
knocking on the
shows
door.
for any inside
Oh yeah,
tips?
I love them.
Yeah?
They're great. Well, actually, people love shows like ER and Chicago Hope, and I am hooked on ER personally.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Katrina may well have to spend another 9 hours here on location, but we don't. So I think it's time that I take you backstage to the heart of the production. This room is where the decisions are made, the producer's office. Now he decides who lives, who dies, who falls in love. This is what's known as the Bible. It contains details of every character in the show. It tells us where they were born, who their parents were, what their annoying habits are. Everything is laid out for the writers.
I think that that's an added advantage, that somebody has done some homework before and has been trained in acting, definitely. But we have had people straight off the street who haven't done any acting whatsoever, but they're just naturals, and they just happen to click with the character we're looking for, and everyone likes them and goes, wow, this person is fantastic, and you run with it. And through a bit of training from our side and that sort of thing, we end up with the character that we need, which is really good.
Do you get excited in the casting process?
Definitely, yeah. And also, sometimes I'd like to go in the corner and cry, because there are some people who audition for certain parts and they have no idea what they're supposed to be doing, really.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of embarrassing to find somebody in a position like that.
But I guess it's hard. It's the luck of the draw, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it is, really. It's in a roundabout way. I mean, if you have a certain character that you're looking for, you know the style of person that will fit into that. So if there's, as I said before, if there's 200 people who've been auditioned for that part, it'll come down to 20 people, and then that's when I get involved.
Now, you're one of the longest running members of the cast. Are you still enjoying it after all these years?
Oh yeah, no, I really enjoy it. I wouldn't be here otherwise, but no, I've been on Home and Away almost 9 years now, so
Really?
half my entire life.
Wow. How's it changed in that time?
Oh, I mean, it's changing all the time, and sometimes we'll have lots of characters that leave and we get all these new people, which is good because it keeps it fresh and whatever, but it's a bit sad when everyone goes.
Yeah.
Like when you left.
Did you get upset?
When you left?
Yeah.
I pretended to be upset. No, I don't. I miss you, Tristan.
You don't.
I do.
That's what hurts me
I
inside.
do.
Is it tough trying to do schoolwork? Because you've been doing it for years. I mean, some people come in the last couple of years of school or do a term like Dieter and then finish finish school.
No.
Is it tough for you having had to do that virtually all your school life?
I don't even really think about it. I mean, people ask that all the time, but the thing is, I don't know what it's like to go to school full time, because I got the role of Sally when I was 8 years old, and I can't remember going to school 5 days a week. So sometimes when I've got time off and I go to school for 5 days in a row, at the end of the week I'm just tired and I lie on my bed and go, I can't believe it.
Do you think you're going to be here in sort of 35 years' time? There's people on Coronation Street that have honestly been there for 35 years. What do you think Sally would do if she stayed on the show that long?
I think she'd turn into Pippa.
Yeah.
And then Elsa, I don't know, fostering her own kids, and oh no, I don't think I'll be here that long.
No?
But mate, I mean, at the beginning of when Home and Away first started, I probably didn't think that I'd be there 9 years, so who knows.
Dan Amalm played Jack Wilson, the tearaway bad boy that we love to hate. Okay, so we all know Jack, but let's do a quick character breakdown on the man himself. On one hand, he's sensitive, pensive and creative, and on the other hand, well, to put it mildly, you don't want to mess with this guy. To let off steam and keep fit, he takes every opportunity to knock the stuffing out of a punch bag in downtown Sydney. It allows him to relax, would you believe, and provides a complete contrast to his other passion and now, future career. Sounds great, man. It's a good, really good sound.
Yeah,
Tell me
thanks,
what your first memory of making music is. Your very first memory from when you
Very
were a kid.
first memory? Oh, jeez. I don't know, man. It goes way back, you know, like when I was probably about 8 or 7 or something like that. I mean, I remember sort of performing at school and stuff like that, you know, at concerts or bringing the guitar along to primary school, you know, like during lunch and playing and stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be the first sort of things, and then, you know, moved on to busking and stuff like that as well.
Yeah? Did you used to just busk by yourself?
Yeah, I started off busking on my own, you know, for a while, and it got a bit hard after a while, you know, because it's just solo guitar, and it gets pretty hard, so I brought my brother in, and he plays guitar as well.
How did you come across the home and away thing, being a musician?
Yeah, well, that's quite an interesting story, actually. We had a guy staying in Australia, you know, studying, and he used to do Brazilian dancing, and he went to a nightclub one night and he was dancing away, and an agent saw him and thought he'd be good for a role on Paradise Beach. And so she approached him and said, you know, where can I get in contact with you? And he obviously, you know, gave our number at home, you know, because that's where he was staying. Yeah. So she rang up and my dad answered, and she was talking about how, you know, Paradise Beach and stuff. And my dad said, well, you know, I've got a few sons, you know, and they play music and they like the entertaining industry and they want to get into it. And she went, you know, well, there's home and away auditions next week. And we thought, cool, you know, like, we'll turn up. So I rolled up to there and, you know, I sort of said who I was, but my name wasn't on the list, you know, and I didn't have an agent or anything. Yeah. So I sort of said, you know, we'll get to the end of the line and wait your turn, you know, because you're not really like a real actor, you know, like I was just turning up. And I waited my turn, you know, and I got the part, you know, so.
Do you reckon being on home and away will be like a hindrance, or do you reckon it'll help with launching your music?
A bit of both, really, but, you know, it doesn't really worry me because I just put that behind me, the sort of old, you know, how people go, another soapy doing this, you know, because I know it ain't true, you know, because I know I've done my music and for ages, you know, like, and studied it and done all that sort of stuff properly, you know, so
yeah.
I'm not going to let, you know, 2 years of soap, you know, stuff up my music career, you know, because I've been doing it for a lot longer.
Man, I'm sorry, but I've always wanted to do this, and I get excited when I get into a recording studio. Is there any chance of us getting busy on the mic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Get up.
Come on.
Yo, check my flow, cause I'm coming at you hyper.
Get
the rebel
busy.
assassin, the #1 hit sniper. With my mic as my
get
weapon,
up and
and my
get
legs as my ammo.
down,
I take you out,
911
bitch,
is a
negative figure to Lungo.
Gonna.
Yeah.
This is the wardrobe department. And I've been wandering around aimlessly for hours, peering through thousands of outfits. Hey, Pip, I noticed you've still got a few of my outfits out the back there.
Yeah.
What's that you got there?
I've got some things for our studio rack. I've got Marilyn.
Oh, yeah?
And some Shannon.
All right.
And some Angel.
Great. And you've actually got the matching top for this, I noticed.
Yeah, you might like that.
Beautiful. Yeah, yeah. And what's this?
This is Angel's baby tummies.
All right.
So this was her first one that we used.
Right.
Okay, that was the little baby.
Okay.
And then we progressed up to this one, which we actually put lentils in the back of.
Wow, for weight.
To weight, yeah,
All right.
so that she felt heavier. But she
Great.
hated wearing it.
Did she?
Yeah, she whinged about it every day.
Really? Was it hot?
Very hot,
Yeah.
yeah. So underneath all her costumes, I think she got a bit sick and tired of
Yeah.
it.
How many costumes do you think you'd have here?
Oh, thousands, probably about 4,000 or 5,000.
4,000 or 5,000.
Easily, yeah.
Oh, how many outfits would each character have?
Oh, a couple of hundred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of hundred.
Yeah. Lots of laundry,
Yeah.
lots of ironing,
Yeah.
endless amount of ironing.
And do you send
washing.
it out to a laundromat?
Occasionally we do. We've got dry cleaners, but we do a lot of it here, all of us.
Right.
Too much, actually.
Well, I'm going to try these on out the back, so
Okay.
I'll catch up with you
Cute.
later. Believe me, those hot pants do nothing for my figure. So let's head to the other side of the city for a date with danger. In a hammock, in the home of the girl that walks around with a sack of lentils strapped to her stomach. It was bound to be a bizarre evening.
Oh, give up, Tristan. You're terrible. Put that away.
Now, you, out of anyone in the show, have had some pretty amazing storylines. What has been your favourite moment so far?
I think it all started out having a kid that I didn't know about, for one, and then marrying a yobbo who didn't have a job.
Uh-huh.
And
And who was that?
eh.
Oh, you're right,
And
Shane.
Yeah. And then having a baby and then getting hit by a truck, which Alf was driving, and then getting married in a wheelchair, but miraculously standing up at the end. And then a kid having leukemia was another amazing storyline. And after that, a bone marrow transplant, and then all these other things. So I think they should put my character in a mental hospital when I leave.
Do you think that having had 2 children that you're prepared for childbirth now?
I am, yeah. I mean, this last birth that I did it was a lot of hard work, and it hurt a lot, and I think I'm all ready. I'm ready for it.
Did you research that a lot?
I watched a lot of videotapes and stuff like that, and it was very emotional because it's such a beautiful thing. But yeah, it doesn't prepare you for the real thing, of course. No. I was lucky I got to pretend.
But do you know that breathing? Have you got that breathing down pat? That's whistling, Melissa.
No, thanks, Tristan. But the way they shot it when I was having these contractions looked very funny.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was great. It was good fun.
That's it. That's it. Good girl. Okay, I want you to do one more push. Big push. One more. Mouth closed. Big push. Okay, go. That's it. Push.
Was it tough? Like, it's great that you've had all this success, but it was the price of it was having to move away from your family really young, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, I was 16. It was very tough, but I think I was just very excited by the fact that I was going to be on Home and Away, that I didn't stop and think that what I was actually doing. I hurt my parents a lot. They were very upset that I'd left, you know, but they knew they couldn't just say, no, Melissa, you're not going to go on Home and Away. You're going to stay here and do school. I mean, you can't do that, and they're very glad that it's gone so well for me.
Are you glad you didn't stop to think?
Yeah, oh, you never should. You never should. You never go with your instinct and what your heart says, and that was just to, obviously, I was always doing crazy things as a child, you know, from roller skating to modelling and travelling all over the place, and coming to Sydney to be on Home and I was like, oh yeah, I'll give it a go.
Oh, right,
okay,
right, you're
cool.
in the days. Yeah.
But I loved Home and Away. Well, Dad only put on Home and Away when we were having dinner, and that was it.
So tell me more about your family in Perth.
Oh, it's hard than being so far away. And also, actually, what's hard is for them to try and understand the sort of business I'm in, you know, that they read the magazines every day and see these things that I'm doing, and some of them are true and some of them aren't. And so I'm always on the phone, Dad, I did not have a cigarette in my hand, you know. But I phone them a lot, you know, I phone them quite a lot, and which gets a bit expensive, you know. My latest bill was about, what is it? $494.
$494
for a month.
This ringing Perth.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, you know. They all thought, my brothers and sisters thought that maybe now that Mel, or Lissy they called me, is going away, she's going to change, and, you know, she's not going to want to, you know, she's going to be too busy and not going to want to ring us or keep in touch. And they're my flesh and blood, you know. And I'll do anything for them. And
well, I mean, Perth's like 5 hours away. How do you go back often?
Yeah, I do. I go back whenever I can, maybe for publicity or whatever. But I haven't had any time off on the show. I've had a 3-year contract, and I only get a month off at Christmas, where I go overseas and have fun, or go to Perth as well. So when I leave the show, it'd be a good time to actually go home, and it's kind of nice, you know. You're a teenager. You don't want your parents there in Sydney every day, coming home and watching Home and Away and with you, and you come home and you say, you know, hi, Mum and Dad. It's like, it's good that it's worked out great, because it's taught me to think for myself, make my own decisions.
And what about Steve, the new love in your life?
That sort of was a bit of a whirlwind romance.
Yeah, I was a bit hurt that you didn't ring up and tell me that it was over between us.
Well, Tristan, your bill was $800, and not once did you ring me. In 6 months of being away, you never phoned me.
Garbage.
So I forgot about you, you know.
Your phone's always off. You disconnected it.
No, Steve, he's, oh, what can I say? I'm very happy, and when the going gets tough at work, I just switch off and think of him, and everything seems fine. So it's good. It's good.
Is he the man? Is he the one?
Oh, who knows? I'm just having a great time.
Is it good to fall in love so young?
Yeah. But you know, I've been falling in and out of love since I was 13. You're very close, Tristan.
Oh, you love it. Now,
I
actually found this when I was hunting around your flat before. You've been learning a bit of Italian.
A little bit of Italiano.
Now, I want you to tell me what you want to do with me in Italian.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Come on, hit me with it.
Vorrei andare a nuotare called Tubo e la Maschera.
Oh, sensational. What does that mean?
I'd like to go snorkeling with you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, good.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
You don't deserve it.
This epic athlete, this towering mass of muscle, this creator of Home and Away's most epic character has managed to squeeze us into his busy fitness schedule. He is none other than Mr. Ray Meagher, alias Alf Stewart.
G'day, mate. How you going?
Not too bad, mate. How are you? It's good to see you.
That's good. G'day. You bring a dog with you?
I did.
Did you?
Woodrow.
Well, mate, I'll tell you what. I've just done 35 Ks, fit as a mallee bull, but now it's time to hit the gym. We need to do a bit of work on the weights. Come with me. Mate, I don't know what I'd do without this gymnasium and these weights. The problem is, you see, after you have 35 pints with this arm, you've got to remember to change it to this arm for the next 35. That's the biggest worry.
You said 35 out there too. You said 35 Ks. Did you mean you ran 35 kilometres?
35? No, mate, no. I meant I ran 35 metres. You see, I'm still having a few problems with this decimal distances and all that sort of thing.
Oh, you're looking good. I noticed you're wearing one of your old rugby jerseys.
Yeah. Oh, that's an old golden oldies jumper. What does that say? Sydney 1983. Bit of a worry, isn't it? Means I was old enough to be a golden oldie in 83.
13 years ago, yeah.
Well, yeah, that makes me about 420, doesn't it?
Do you enjoy working with the younger actors on the show? I mean, in no other occupation would you deal with 15-year-olds and treat them as peers.
Well, have you forgotten already? Tough. God, are they hard to train? Well, they were a few years ago, young bloke Bancks. I tell you what, we had a lot of trouble with him. But apart from that, no, most of them are pretty good. Yeah, nice bunch of kids. The girls that we've got at the moment are absolutely fantastic. Really strong bunch, and there's a few new boys just come in, and they're looking the goods as well. I mean, we've just been blessed, you know, with the ability of the young people, and the workload is so hard. And some of the kids live in other cities. They moved down to Sydney, a long way from home and parents and things like that. And most of them are just amazingly well. Yeah.
Does that keep you on your toes as far as the turnover, the kids?
What, remembering their names? Or?
Well, yeah, and remembering their character names and all that sort of. But keeping you on your toes as far as your you know, having to get used to working with a new set of kids every, you know, once a year.
Oh, look, I think, you know, I mean, if you're a freelance actor, I mean, it's hard to say that when you've been at Home and Away for 9 years, I suppose. I've forgotten what it's like to be a freelance actor, but you get used to working with different people, and there's an adjustment period usually, but often during that adjustment period, there's some wonderfully spontaneous things that happen and some good work occurs.
Are you still enjoying it?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's like any job. It has its highs and its lows, and, you know, you get good storylines sometimes and and your wallpaper for some of the rest of the time, but across the board, yeah, there's it's a lot more enjoyable than not, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Alf's not a very pleasant character, is he? He's also got a very bad attitude. I mean, how do you feel about playing such a nasty piece of work?
A bad attitude? He's got a heart of gold, mate. He's a lovely bloke.
No, well, I'm not saying he's not lovely. He's a good guy, but, I mean, as far as the audience is concerned, they must think he's a very hard character who gives the kids a hard time. He's always abusing people.
Hey, hang on a minute. What sort of flaming mate are you? Listen, I don't have to sit here and cop this. I better gut. No, you get out of here.
Just saying,
you mongrel, get out. Out. And you get out of here, too. I've had a gut full of you as well.
Coming up in future episodes. What are these gauges here, Meagher?
That's rinse, spin, wash, dry,
fold.
We call them the KPT, Killer Pommy Tourists, because the show's really big over there, and when they see you, they get like frenzied look in their eye and they lunge towards you.
I'm the talker in the family.
True.
We made our marriage vows with that. I talk, you listen.
I've got no idea why you're so popular, but
Oh, no, neither do I.
My favorite hobbies are water skiing and short